Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. And today we are going to discuss about triangles. Okay. So, what is the definition of a triangle? And before that, let us see what is a polygon first of all. Polygon. See, a simple closed figure bounded by line segments is called a polygon. Very simple. Just a simple closed figure bounded by line segments. See, this is the closed figure bounded by line segments. Rectangle, parallelogram, square, rhombus, etc., etc. Isn't it? So basically all these are closed figures bounded by some line segments, and so we can call them polygons. Okay, polygons. Right. From the definition of polygon, now let us derive what is a triangle. What is a triangle? A polygon with three sides. A polygon with three sides. See, here I am not mentioning the word closed figure because I already mentioned about polygon. Polygon means it is already a closed figure, isn't it? Now a polygon with three sides is called a triangle. Right now, and usually we denote, this is the symbol to represent a triangle. Fine. Now let us see what is the perimeter of a triangle. Perimeter of a triangle. See, for example, ABC be the triangle with sides AB, BC and AC. Sides are nothing but AB, BC and CD. CA are the sides of triangle. Then sum of these sides, perimeter is nothing but perimeter of a triangle, some ABC here, is derived as sum of the three sides, AB bar plus BC bar plus CA bar. Okay, so and see, AB bar, BC, CA are the sides, no? These are the sides. Whereas A, B, C, angle A, angle B, angle C are the angles. So finally a triangle has three sides and three angles. Three sides and three angles. So together we call them as 6 components. 3 plus 3 sides and angles. Together we call them as 6 components, otherwise 6 parts of a triangle. And everybody know that sum of the angles in a triangle, that is angle A plus angle B plus angle C, which is equals to 180 degrees. Sum of the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. Right, children? Next, especially classification of triangles. I mean types of triangles. See, this classification has done according to the angles as well as according to the sides also. So let us discuss first of all, according to the sides, how can we classify these triangles? See, especially there are 3 types now. One is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. So very simple. What is this? A triangle is said to be an equilateral if all the 3 sides are equal. In triangle ABC, AB is equals to BC is equals to CA. All the 3 sides are equal, then the triangle is said to be equilateral triangle. As well as not only 3 sides, also 3 angles are also equal here. Angle A is equals to angle B is equals to angle C, and each angle is equals to 60 degrees. Okay, if all the 3 sides are equal or all the angles are equals to 60 degrees, then the triangle is said to be equilateral triangle. And next one, second one, isosceles triangle. So what is the definition of an isosceles triangle? A triangle is said to be an isosceles if either any 2 sides are equal or 2 angles are equal. Understood, ma? See, suppose in the triangle ABC, any 2 sides are equal. Any 2 sides are equal. Otherwise, any 2 angles are equal. Then the triangle is said to be isosceles triangle. And in an isosceles triangle, the unequal side is called the base of the triangle. For example, see, this is a triangle A, B, C. So here AB side is equals to AC. Then angle B is equals to angle C. So because of 2 sides are equal, which is AB is equals to AC, as well as 2 angles are equal, angle B is equals to angle C. Hence this triangle is considered as an isosceles triangle, and moreover the unequal side is there, no, that is side BC, which is treated as a base of the triangle. And finally the third one is scalene triangle. Very simple. If no 2 sides of triangle are equal, no 2 sides of a triangle are equal in length, then it is called a scalene triangle. And in a scalene triangle, no two angles are also equal. So simply a triangle. Suppose this is the triangle. No two sides are equal, no two angles are equal. I mean, all the three sides are different length, as well as all the three angles are also different measures. Hence, such type of triangle is called scalene triangle. So this is the classification of triangles according to the sides. Okay. Now let us see classification according to the angles. Can you guess what are the triangles according to angles? So now this time according to angles. So here also there are three types basically. One is acute angled triangle. Acute angled triangle. So very simple. If each angle of a triangle is an acute angle, then it is called an acute angled triangle. So which already discussed about acute angle in the last class. An angle which is less than 90. So what I am telling here, suppose assume that ABC is a triangle and each angle here, angle A, angle B, angle C, each angle measurement is less than 90 degrees, then the triangle is said to be acute angled triangle. And second one, right angled triangle. Right angled triangle. I think everybody knows this definition. A triangle in which one of its angle is a right angle. See, for example, assume that this is a triangle. So a triangle in which one of its angle is a right angle, I mean equals to 90 degrees. Say suppose this is ABC triangle, and clearly here mentioned that angle B is a right angle, 90 degrees. So a triangle in which one of the angle is equals to a right angle, then it is called a right angled triangle. And in a right angle triangle, the side opposite to right angle, see for example here right angle is at B, then the opposite side nothing but AC, no? So the side opposite to right angle will be considered as a hypotenuse. The side which is opposite to a right angle is called a hypotenuse. And finally third one, obtuse angled triangle. Obtuse angled triangle. So very simple, a triangle containing an obtuse angle is called obtuse angled triangle. So very simple. If one of the angle is more than 90, in this way, suppose say A, B, C. So if one angle is an obtuse in the sense more than 90, no? Then such a triangle is called obtuse angled triangle. So coming to the properties of triangles. See, property number one, and before that let us consider ABC be the triangle. So first one, just now we discussed sum of the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degrees. And coming to the property number two, sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. I mean here AB, BC, CA are the suppose lengths. Then sum of any two lengths AB plus BC is greater than the third one, which is AC or CA. If not, BC plus CA will be more than AB. If not, AB plus CA is greater than BC. The meaning is sum of the two sides of a triangle will be always greater than the third side. Okay. Now coming to property number three. The difference of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is smaller than the length of the third side. The difference, similarly, the difference. So AB minus BC will be less than CA. Okay. Even BC minus CA less than AB, as well as what is this? AB minus CA is less than BC. So sum of the any two sides will be greater than the third side, and difference of any two sides will be less than the third side. And next one, an exterior angle of a triangle is equals to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. See the property number 4, what it is? An exterior angle of a triangle. See, for example, this angle is an exterior angle, isn't it? Say suppose 1. Do one thing. Already you can mention these angles as suppose 1, 2 and 3, and this exterior one you can take it as number 4. So what I am telling is here, an exterior angle of a triangle equals to the sum of the two non-adjacent interior angles. I mean here exterior angle, which is angle 4, which is equals to sum of the non-adjacent. 2 and 3 are adjacent angles. So here I think which is equals to angle 1 plus angle 2. Exterior angle is equals to the sum of the non-adjacent interior angles. And similarly, an exterior angle of a triangle is greater than either of the non-adjacent interior angle. Okay, ma? And coming to next point, suppose say O is a point, O is an interior point of the triangle, then what can you say, fifth one I already told you, sixth one. What is that? If O is an interior point, then OA plus OB plus OC is always greater than half of AB plus BC plus CA. Okay. And next one, point number 7. If the ratio of angles in a triangle, ratio of angles in a triangle is 1:2:3, then ratio of sides will be 1:3:2. And in the same manner, if the ratio of angles in a triangle is 1:2, then the ratio of the sides is 1:1:2. So just look at the brief explanation about this point 7 and 8 ma. Okay. So let us see. See what I said here. The angles are in the ratio 1:2:3. Suppose assume that angles are 30, 60 and 90. Then their ratio is equals to 1:2:3. Right ma? So right now you might be having no idea about the formula what I am discussing, but try to remember to get the clarity. Okay. See, actually the sides are, if these are the angles, then sides of a triangle are, this is the formula actually, 2r sine A, 2r sine B, I mean side A, this is small a, this is small b, and small c, third side will be equals to 2r sine C. Now I want their ratio, no? Ratio of the sides, A:B:C, where A stands for 2r sine A, B is equals to 2r sine B, and C is equals to 2r sine C. I mean here I can write it that 2r into sine angle A is 30 degrees is to 2r into sine B 60 degrees and 2r into sine C which is 90 degrees. So first of all I can cancel everywhere 2r, and the value of sine 30 1/2 is to sine 60 √3/2 is to sine 90 value which is equals to 1. So if you multiply with 2 on all sides, 2 into 1/2 is to 2 into √3/2 into 2 into 1. Now 2 gets cancelled. Therefore the ratio is 1:√3:2. That is what I said, that if the angles are in the ratio 1:2:3, then the ratio of the sides is equals to 1:√3:2. Similarly here also you can go for it. Here the angles you can treat it 45, 45 and 90 degrees. If you cancel 45, sure, one time and 2 times. Now the ratio is very simple, no? 2r sine 45, 2r sine 45, 2r sine 90. So anyhow 2r gets cancelled, then this is sine 45 is to Sine 45 is 2 and sine 90, right ma? So which is 1 by root 2, again 1 by root 2 is 2 1. So this time just can cross multiplication with root 2, okay, or you can multiply with root 2 on all sides. When you multiply with root 2 here, this is a 1, this is also 1, and this is equals to root 2. So if the ratio of the sides are 1 is to 1 is to 2, then the ratio of the earlier angles are in the ratio 1 is to 1 is to 2, then sides will be in the ratio 1 is to 1 is to root 2. So now let us discuss about congruent triangles as well as similar triangles. Okay, so look at the word congruent means two geometrical figures are said to be congruent if they have same shape and same size, right children? So two geometrical figures are said to be congruent if they have same shape and same size. Okay, so here suppose consider this is one of the triangle denoted by ABC, triangle ABC, and look at one more triangle, say suppose this is PQR. So first of all, both are having same shape, triangular shape, and suppose if both are having same size also, I mean this is 3 units length for example, and even it is also the length of 3 units of each side. Now what can we say about these two triangles? First of all, they are the geometrical figures. Okay, so two geometrical figures with the same shape and same size. Hence I can say that these two figures are congruent to each other. And coming to these two are triangles, no? So both the triangles, I can say that congruent triangles. And you know, this is the symbol which we denote to represent congruency. I mean, I can say that here triangle ABC, symbolically I can show that which is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, just read it as triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR because both the triangles having same shape and same size, then we can say that two triangles are congruent triangles. And you know, when you come into similar figures, and when can we say that two figures are into similar? And let me talk here especially about similar triangles. You know, two triangles are said to be similar if they have same shape but not same size. Understood here? They must have only same shape but not same size. I mean, see for example, this is a triangle ABC, whereas this is another triangle PQR. Now both the geometrical figures having same shape, isn't it? But not same size. Hence we say that here two figures, I mean here triangle ABC is similar to, this is the symbol we represent similarity, similar to triangle PQR. Understood ma? So here only same shape but not size. But when you come to congruent, same shape and same size also, just like twins here in case of congruent. So now let us see this thing. This point is very important. So two geometrical figures are congruent means they are similar and equal, isn't it, ma? If two geometrical figures are congruent means because of same shape we can say that they are similar. Understand? Congruent means they are also similar and moreover with equal size also. Whereas similarity means only same shape but not same size. Right, ma? So we have some axioms. We have some axioms, or just we have the following axioms for, to decide whether the given triangles are congruent or not. To study the congruency of triangles. Okay, so let us see. First one is SAS, congruency. Second one, ASA, congruency. SAS nothing but S stands for a side, A stands for angle, side, angle, side, congruency. Angle, side, angle, congruency. Angle, angle, side, congruency. And RHS, right angle, hypotenuse and side, congruency. And fifth one, SSS, all sides, congruency. See, these are one way, some theorems to prove or to check whether the given triangles are congruent or not. Okay, ma? And we use this one as a symbolically shortly as CPCT. This is the word we use while proving of regarding congruency of triangles. You know, CPCT means which means corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. This is shortly we write it as a CPCT. Okay, ma? See, for example, just now we mentioned, suppose these are the two triangles which are congruent to each other. If, look at this, if suppose triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR, then you know what we can say? See, corresponding sides are equal, AB, and its corresponding side will be PQ. BC, corresponding side will be QR, and AC, corresponding side will be PR. So if these two triangles are congruent to each other, then according to the CPCT, corresponding parts of triangles, congruent triangles are equal. Congruent triangles are equal. That's what shortly we say CPCT. That means what we can say here, AB side, corresponding side PQ. So corresponding sides are equal. Similarly, BC is equals to QR and AC is equals to PR. Also, corresponding angles also. See, angle A, corresponding angle will be angle P. So angle A is equals to angle P. And if it is angle B, then the corresponding angle will be Q. Angle B is equals to angle Q, as well as angle C is equals to angle R. So this is what we denote it as a corresponding parts of congruent triangles are equal. Corresponding sides are equal. Corresponding angles are also equal. Okay, children. If suppose triangle ABC and this is triangle say PQR, then you know what we can say, and triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Similar, I am talking about similarity of triangles. So what is the definition? Similarity, only same shape but not same size. To be frank, corresponding angles are equal. Here you know my dear, first point is corresponding. If the two triangles are, what I am telling, similar, corresponding angles are equal. Okay, that means angle A is equals to angle P, angle B is equals to angle Q, and angle C is equals to angle R. Okay ma, corresponding angles are equal, but you know corresponding sides are in same proportion. Please listen this. So I am not telling that corresponding sides are equal, but the corresponding sides will be in the same proportion. That means AB corresponding side PQ. Hence this ratio AB by PQ will be equals to BC and its corresponding side QR, which is equals to AC and its corresponding side will be PR. Understood? So this point is very, very important. Let us try to observe the things in case of congruent and in case of similar. Congruent means corresponding angles are equal, corresponding sides are also equal because same size also. But when you come to similarity, when two triangles are similar, then I can say that your first point is common, that is corresponding angles are equal. But here sizes are not equal, no? That's why corresponding lengths are not equal. But what we can say that corresponding sides are in same proportion, we can say. Right? In the coming video, let us discuss more briefly about these congruency axioms. Thank you everybody.